Yes, my name is Monique Nicole. I am a mother. I am a owner of a few companies, YLT Aesthetics and Demery Enterprises, which makes me a serial entrepreneur. I am from Fort Pierce, Florida, but I actually reside in Orlando, Florida. Yes, I felt it. I didn't know what the word was, but I actually started, I would say, in like middle school where the kids, we had candy. We wanted to sell candy. So I actually had this little strawberry bag that I would fill with candy and sell to my classmates. So being in the beauty industry, I didn't initially think that's what I wanted to do. But I grew up in a beauty salon. My grandmother owned a beauty salon. I answered the phones, was like the shampoo girl. I also helped my aunt when she was working in a beauty salon. So it all came natural. But in 2017 is when I decided I wanted to start doing lash extensions. And that was pretty much my introduction for myself into the beauty industry. I've been in Orlando since 2006. I came home a couple times to kind of regroup when life hit hard, but I've been there back and forth for the past 10, 15 years. So that's where I live. That's where my kids go to school. I own my home there. Just pretty much just living. I love Orlando. When I moved there at 19 is when I said, this is home. This is where I want to be at, and I've literally been there since. Right. So I have a course where I'm actually like directing, and well, when I started in the beauty industry, I didn't know exactly what to do and how to do it. I took a 1-day course where it was just like you learn the basics of doing lash extensions. So now with my course, what I'm doing is helping the ladies or the gentlemen that comes into this game. I'm helping you from the beginning, build your business, structure your business the right way, guiding you through the process so that you don't feel like you're lost starting out in this world, because it can get overwhelming at times, and it can also, you can just feel defeated because there's so many steps. You have to learn how to market, you have to learn how to build your clientele, which does not come easy for any business, but with the right tools and right mentorship, that's what I'm here for, is to help these ladies and gentlemen. um Literally, I think for me, it took some time to kind of learn that, because one, I had to learn who I was as a woman, get to know me personally so that I'm able to be all of these different roles for everyone else. So once I started to kind of create my own space for myself, I've been able to be everything to everyone, where I don't feel like there isn't balance. I can be mom, I can be the businesswoman, I could be the sister, the daughter. I'm who I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be. I love a challenge. I love to take on new ventures. I get bored easily, so being able to just learn new things and figure it out, that's just my character. That's just how I am. That's how I'm built. So when it does get hard, because it does, I'm a single mom, but I love it. I love the journey of all of it. So it's been very easy for me to balance everything.
Now, you are a big inspiration for men. Who inspires you?
My mom was my inspiration growing up. She hustled, and I mean hustled hard. She would be a school nurse during the day, working like 7 to 3, go home, take a nap. Then she would then take her nap, then go to her next business, which was working as a retail associate at Dillard's. Then she would come home and then get ready for the next day. But not only did she hustle just doing that, she had multiple side businesses like Mary Kay Consultant and selling different things like lingerie on the side. So watching her hustle is where I get my hustle from. Watching my grandfather sell watermelon out the back of the truck, it's embedded in me. No. No, because I back then my faith wasn't as it is today. I literally wake up in the morning and I have a different routine than what I did 5 or 10 years ago. I have more of a relationship with God that I didn't have before. So my faith is on another level. But no, I wouldn't have, yeah, she wouldn't have believed it 5 to 10 years ago, because life was happening 5 to 10 years ago. See, I had my first child at 21. So I hadn't even really learned who I was at 21. But the first time I looked him in his eyes, I knew that motherhood was for me. I knew this is what I wanted. And so I feel like my son is what made me because he's the firstborn. He's the one that I literally had to change up the game. Like everything that I was doing, I had to change it up. So, like I said before, motherhood did come easy because I was the oldest. I had to take care of the house when mom was working her multiple jobs. But I love what I do. I love being a mom. I think the ability to relate. I I feel like when you're coming out of the trenches, like you building something from the bottom, you know all the struggles, you know all of it. So being able to relate, I think is the biggest piece for me. And I have so much empathy that I don't. Everything I do it with my heart. And if I can't do it with my heart, I'm not going to do it because I don't relate to it at all. But I am a very passionate person. So whatever I say I'm going to do, I do it with my whole heart. Take your time. Take your time. It'll all go the way it's supposed to go. Just take your time and let God do his thing because he will come out.
What is YLT Lash?
So YLT Lash is actually branched off from YLT Aesthetics. YLT Aesthetics is actually a skincare company where I actually have skincare products. I did offer services, but I've stepped away from providing services. So now everything is more digital. Everything is an online based business. YLT Lash is a part of where I started at. I started in the lash industry. So now I'm training and coaching other young ladies and gentlemen on how to become a lash artist. Yes, so I would say a good day is any day you're making money is a good day, but you definitely run into all type of craziness when it comes to business. Rather, a person is, for instance, for with lash extensions, they will want their lashes to look like someone that they saw at the grocery store, and they'll take a picture or they'll send a picture in, and then they're like, "Oh, well, my lashes don't look like this," or "This is not what I wanted." But you only have a few lashes, so I can't really do much with that. So I can only put lashes on your eyes for what you already have. So that is a bad day. That's the day where you just like, come on, I can only work with what you're giving me. So most of the lash extensions are synthetic. They are based off of different fibers, but none of them are like human hair for the lash extensions. So the changes, I welcome the changes. I'm not sure if I would be one to want to have a robot working on my eyelashes, but maybe I would probably put one in my business to make money from it. So with the coaching that I do, everything is online based. So you are able to sign up for the mentorship. That's where it's like a class where every Sunday we're doing live study hall sessions. That way we do a deep dive into the material that I've generated for the course. You also have the opportunity to say you're in the middle of taking care of a client and you're in those beginning stages. At this point, you would be able to say, text me and ask, "Hey, I'm having troubles. I don't know, this client is complaining." With the mentorship, depending on which package that you've chosen, you're able to text me and get a response right away so that you can get that immediate help. That's something that's actually set me apart from a lot of the classes and courses that are being offered because normally when you take that 1 day course, that's it. It's hard to get in contact with your instructor because they're normally doing lash extensions also. So for me, because I don't do lash extensions anymore, I'm more available. I'm more of hands-on with all of my mentors, and the coaching program is a little bit different than most because I'm available. For me, yes, just because I'm a giver and I love to give free game. I love to just give the knowledge that I have. So when I'm able to, I think the reward that comes out of it, you're able to get more of me, more of the attention that you need to get started, because it gets a little bit scary. It can get discouraging because you don't know what you're doing outside of that 1 day course. You can try to mimic what you see on social media. You can watch every YouTube video, but without that handheld, holding, it's very hard. Entrepreneurship means a lot because, again, that is what I grew up in. That's what I saw. Um, the freedom of it all is what I'm after. A lot of people may be after the money, because you will make a lot of money being an entrepreneur if you're doing it the right way. But as a mom of three, I want the flexibility and the freedom to be able to do what I'm doing. I'm at the pickup and drop offs for all of my kids. I'm at every game for my kids. Like I am a hands-on parent. So the flexibility of being an entrepreneur is something that I look forward to on the regular. Not taking my time. Normally, if I say I want to do something, I'm all in. I'm jumping to do it, and I'll figure it out along the way. But life has taught me to slow down. Literally, last year is when I decided to take a step back from providing services, because not only did I want to be there for my kids, but I also wanted to build my relationship with God and be able to attend church. And I couldn't do that because I'm working even on Sunday. So I'm working 7 days a week to build a business. But God said to come back, build my foundation through Him. And that's exactly what I've done. Family means everything. I think my family is what hold me together, because like I said, I am a single mom. So during the pandemic, when I think that was rock bottom. I had just lost my job. We were in a time when we didn't know what was going on. My family, we were having Bible studies every Sunday led by my father. So that's what kept me together, and that's what keeps me together all the time, because without my family, I'm nothing, in all honesty. If I don't talk to them, if I feel a way about anything and I can't express myself to my family, it bothers me. Being a first-time mom, I wanted my grandma, I wanted my grandfather, I wanted my mom. So that's what I had. And by that, I had a village. And that's the important part of being a mom also, is that when you have a village, it makes it so much easier. So back then, when I did have my older kids, it was a village that made it easier to be able to still live life, still travel, still just do the things that I wanted to do. I was still in school. I was still going to college. So my show still didn't stop with having kids. I was still hustling. Like I said, hustling is in me. That's all I do. I'm still learning. I'm more of a scroller than a poster. So being a businesswoman, if you don't know, if something isn't your strong suit, that's where you start hiring for that. So what I decided to do was to hire a virtual assistant to come in and do my social media, because that's not my strong suit. So you have to understand what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are, and you work accordingly. But I think that's when the wheels started turning for me. Like, okay, you really gotta come in and figure some different things out. Everything probably needs to go online now, because we don't know what's going to happen when we come on the other side of this. So that's where I went and got licensed as an esthetician. I started just getting really into my business and getting into my bag. Men are definitely, I've done all type of procedures, because being an esthetician, you're not just doing facials or lash extensions. You're maybe treating acne. I've treated teenage boys in high school because they have acne, and their parents aren't sure what to do and how to get their skin right. So I treat everyone. I treat the elderly because of the aging skin. So there's so many different aspects where I've definitely come in contact with everyone.
And what was your schooling like?
Schooling, so I graduated from Port St. Lucie High. Go Jaguars. And then it took me a while, because again, I had my son at 21. But when I left school, I was working full time. So then school became part time. And so it took me about 10 years to actually finish with my associates. But I've always had that business mindset that I didn't understand, because our parents pushed college. college really wasn't for me. I should have been building who I was personally as far as an entrepreneur. So I once I got my associates, that's when I started actually, working on building my business.
Where do you see YLT Aesthetics, YLT Lashes in the next 3 years?
Oh, well, I see great things for YLT Aesthetics just because one of the goals I have is to open up another brick and mortar so that I can actually have in person. I do offer live in person sessions, but I want to have where it's actually a school. So I'm looking to open a post secondary school for coaching and lash extensions.
Stop learning.
No, oh no, you want to continue to learn because again, the game changes. What I learned 6 years ago definitely isn't applied now because so much has changed. So being able to do the continuing education has definitely helped me to stay up on top of the new trends, the new styles that women or men like for their lash extensions. It's rewarding because for me, I like diversity. I like being able to work with everyone and just being able to have different conversations. You learn in any conversation, you're gonna learn something from someone, and I'm always willing to learn something new. Time management. I do a lot, so learning to manage my time properly so that it does not become overwhelming has definitely been a struggle, but it's still because I am willing to manage everything and balance what I need to do as far as being able to be a mom, run a business. Just staying focused is the other thing. It's just staying focused and knowing what's important for my babies. they're not so many. They're not really babies anymore. I have almost 17-year-old, almost 15-year-old, and then my 3-year-old. But I'm here to build a legacy. I want them to be able to look back and see that I built this for them. Big things. So, like I said, I'll be hosting master classes. That's something that I haven't offered in 2022 that will be coming in 2023. Also, the product line for the lash extension. So, I look forward to that. This is that's my baby. So the 8-week boot camp is where I am teaching the basics of lash extensions, but we're also doing a deep dive into the marketing, into social media, how to take the proper photos for being able to post them on social media, and also building your business. It's an 8-week program where each week we're going to do a deep dive in each subject so that you have a greater understanding of it. And then you're able to, it's interactive, so you're able to ask questions along the way. And again, I'm available. So once you're getting started, you're able to actually ask questions. If you're servicing a client, you're able to reach out to me in that process to be able to get the assistance that you need.
True.
It for real, yeah. Most guys do have nice full lashes. With time, us as women, I think, with our hormones, we kind of lose lashes along the way. But you shed lashes every day. Everyone sheds lashes every day, and they grow back every day. So. With the guys though, I've always seen even in children, like the young children, you see them with fuller lashes than women. Oh yeah. Going to the nail salons to get your lash extensions is a no-no. They're not applying them properly, or you think that you're going to go to get one thing. So most women think that they're going to get individual lash extensions from a nail salon because that's how they advertise it. But they're literally putting clusters on each lash, not even each lash. They're putting them on several lashes, which can damage your natural lash. And they're advertising it as though you're getting individuals. But without the proper placement, the proper isolation, you're damaging your lash extensions. So when a person come and get their lash extensions done, you want to tape down their bottom lashes. I've seen in the nail salons where your eyes are open. So now your eyes are red when you get up because your eyes weren't closed properly and the fumes from the actual adhesive is burning your eye. The other piece would be that you want to make sure that you're isolating properly because again, if you're getting two natural lashes that's attached, and you're putting them to one synthetic lash, then at that point, when it's time for a lash to actually fall, that's when they're actually being damaged at that point. See, that's where it depends on the style that they're getting, how many natural lashes that you have. Like I said, some people want full. That's a different style. That's a different, I guess if we go back, there's 3 different styles for lash extensions. You have the classic, hybrid, and volume, and then you can even do mega volume. And that's like that big full look that most people in the entertainment industry are looking for. But there's so many different avenues. There's what you have to have is a proper consultation to really determine what a person is wanting when they come in, so you can determine what you're going to give them, because that process, if you don't do a good consultation, then you can literally give somebody something that they didn't want. So you want to be able to ask the right questions on, what style are you looking for? Do you have a picture of what you've seen? And let me then look at your natural lashes and see what we can do. And always being honest with the client to say, well, this is how your natural lashes look, so this is kind of how it will end up at the end, so that you're setting the proper expectations, because you can't do anything if they don't have any. Oh no. My mentors that I've had were older women in various different stages of life. So whatever you have a passion for, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you love what you do, because then that's when it becomes a job. And when you're just doing a job, you may not like what you're doing, and you're just doing it for the dollar, and it'll show in your work. So being happy with what you're doing, it'll show in your work. Your clients will be happy. Being at home with my kids, where we're just being goofy, playing around, and watching them. Like, I really enjoy being a mom. Definitely it comes with its struggles, but being with my kids is the biggest joy for me. No, absolutely not. But that's where you come in and educate them. And there's a way that you say and do everything. So I'm not a rude person at all. So I always have a way with my words, I've been told. So I know how to get my point across. But make sure that you understand that, some things just can't be done. And in business, you just have to be honest with your clients. And that's what goes a long way. I create relationships. I create an experience. And that's what people are looking for, because, yes, there are a lot of lash techs anywhere that you go, but it's all about that experience, that relationship. So that's what I keep going in my businesses. No, absolutely not. I want to make sure that before my kids become of age and they step out into the real world, I want to be the one that give them that game. I want to be the one to make sure that they understand what they're doing. I don't want to be your friend, but I want to make sure that I am the person that you can come to for anything, because your friends haven't lived the life that I've lived, so they can't give you the guidance that I can give you. So that, as a mom, I'm really big on making sure that I have that relationship with my kids, that they know that they can come to me for anything. That's literally when I talk to my brother, that's our goals as a brother and sister, to make sure that our kids are along for the ride, so that they understand the struggles from the beginning of, one, how we built the legacy, and then one, how they're going to be able to, the other point is to be able to maintain it, because this is all theirs at the end of the day. We built this for them. I don't know. I don't know. I was quiet, but I knew everybody. But I think that I was a good student. I don't know, high school. That was 20 years ago. Yeah, I was. I was in the business program. That's how I knew that being a business owner was something that I wanted to do. I was an honor student, and I was taking college classes in high school. So, I was just, I just was doing what I was supposed to do when I was supposed to do it. I like to party. I literally went to every party. Like I was being a teenager when I was being at that age. Yeah, exactly.
And now you're
Oh yeah, definitely. Their family unit together. They're like my couple because I'm a single woman. So when I look at them and how they gel together, they balance each other perfectly. They're just like they're that couple. And so they don't even realize how much they inspire me because their lines of communication, the way that they have each other's back, that's important in any relationship. So just to see that my brother found that at such a young age, that he has such a queen that keeps him, balance him, because my brother is he's a man. Yes. And so just watching them as a couple has been a joy because, again, they started dating at such a young age, but they have maintained their relationship through all this time and being a strong unit. That's what's important. Very important because you can only get yourself so far. And when I'm having conversations with my brother or any other business owner, I always say, well, we've gotten ourselves to this point. We got to bring on a team. So having a team, like I said before, you know what your strengths are, you know what your weaknesses are. And when you're weak, that's where your team come in to hold you up, to keep you strong. Any message about business? Do what you love. Don't do it for the money. Anything that you decide to do, if you're doing it for money, that's the wrong reason to do it. Being able to do what you love every day and wake up to it, that's the most rewarding part of it. So never do anything for money. Do it because you love it. It's going to show through your work. It's going to show through everything that you put towards your business, because it'll be more of you than the business. Oh, 3 artists: Lil Wayne. Wow. Off top, Lil Wayne. The big 3. Okay. ELO. That's 3 right there. That's it. There we go.
jamming on the island.
That is easy. It's not easy at all. Every YouTube video will actually say how easy it is, but it's not. It is definitely, once you start to kind of figure your master plan out and learn what you're doing, then it does become easy. But initially, no. You have to locate your spot. You have to make sure that where you're going to open that Airbnb at is in a good area where you are generating the right income for the business to be able to make a profit, or even to cover the basics of owning that property or not owning the property, because you could either own or you can rent, and that's a whole nother world to talk about. What I learned just in the beginning, because the first year was the hardest, because I learned that, one, the easiest piece is that you can get out. When it's short term, you can get out as quick so that you're not just wasting money. But the other rewarding piece of it is that everything is structured under your business. So nothing is on your personal, which makes it a lot easier. But you also have to make sure that you're having the proper conversations with the leasing offices or the actual person that owned the property. Not knowing what I was doing. I took a class, and again, that was one of those pieces where I just jumped out there. I took a class, learned how to do it, and I was like, oh, I could do it. But I literally, Airbnb is a struggle, because if you don't set the right expectations, say on your site for Airbnb, you can get someone in there, which they will lie. Some people do lie and say, oh, it's just 3 of us coming and it's 6 people. When you only have a 1 bedroom, so you really can't hold that many people. Or I had an instance where the guest went and got drunk and came back and went into the wrong apartment, and that caused issues with the leasing office, because they didn't want that structure of business. So even the lines of communication of being able to make sure that they understood the business that I was having, because you never want to lie about or keep it from them that you're having an Airbnb in some rental property, because once they do find out, that's a breach of contract, and you would have to leave at that point. I started rebuilding my credit because I knew where I wanted to take my business to, and I knew I couldn't do it with bad credit. But that was a journey in itself, because I was on YouTube University learning everything that I need to learn about it. I took some classes. If I'm on TikTok, I'm on a live stream of people talking about how to rebuild your credit. And like to this day, I'm sitting in the high 700s where we're almost at the 800, baby. I would say, again, just do what you love. Do everything that you do it because it comes from your heart. Set your intentions. That's my biggest piece. That's what I do when I wake up every morning, is to make sure that everything I do is an intentional, so that you can see where my heart is in it. Social media, my handles are YLT_lash. My personal is Kumodi. And then also our website is www.yltaesthetics.com. One of my struggling parts of it is being behind the camera. So being able to let the world know who Monique Nicole is, who YLT Aesthetics is, has been a joy today, and I thank you. All right.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I like